What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day. Have you ever walked into a room, look around, and feel your brain just sigh? That's not you getting older. It's science. When your space gets cluttered, so does your head. Today on Kindness Rising, we're cleaning up not just our home, but the noise that builds inside us. We'll talk clutter, clarity, kindness, and what your environment says about who you are and who you are becoming.
This is Kindness Rising.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friends, and welcome into the Fox Den. I'm Matthew Riff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I come here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, to bring you a little hope, humanity, humor, and heart. So please stick around, get involved in the comments. You are all welcome here, and we are here to have a great day starting off the Mornings in the Lab Network. Stick around. Lady Drew, welcome in. Thank you very much. I got your little message yesterday. Absolutely understandable. Be driven. Good morning, Bernard. I am glad you are here. And Mike Sullivan, of course. Good morning. Sounds like a useful topic. Trying to get a little practical lifestyle today, but I also know that cleaning up the clutter out of your physical environment absolutely impacts your mental health, your state of wellness. We're going to talk about different ways to do that. Welcome everyone into Kindness Rising. I am so glad you are here. Grady, welcome. Rizaba, welcome. I am not mentally disturbed, although some might say I have a different way of thinking and whatnot. But I am Matthew Roof. I am the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I come here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, to wake you up with a little bit of positivity, get you up on the right side of the bed. We do have fun here. Rizba, thank you very much. Stick around. What kind of fun are you looking to have here? Grady, welcome. All right. Like I said, here we are. We're talking about the state of your space. Absolutely. You know, when we were kids, we're Gen Xers, right? A lot of us here are Gen Xers. Our parents would yell at us, clean your room. We'd crank the radio, shove stuff under our bed or into a closet, and call it progress. Somewhere between mixtapes and minimalism, we learned that clutter follows us. It's not just the laundry chair in the corner, it's the mental pileup that happens when we don't stop, breathe, and reset. Absolutely. Rizva, yes, is the answer. Yes. My wife is Heather, and I am glad she's with me too. We had a great day yesterday with the fam. We went out, we did our fall family drive. We checked out a bunch of pumpkin farms and little uh, apple fritter stands. Oh, did I have my fill of fritters yesterday? We talked about that a little bit. Some great stuff up here in upstate New York, USA. Good morning, Roseanne Roof. Mom, good to hear from you this morning. The whole crew is in here. We've got an active vertical stream too with Rizba and Grady and the whole crew over there. Grady and Rizba are on the vert. Frog's here too. I'm a frog. Hey, awesome. Welcome, Frog. You know, when we were kids, we talked about this with Gen X. We got yelled at. Absolutely. When your environment is creative, your creativity can't jam. We talk about jam bands. We talk about that part of my life too. You see the Grateful Dead behind me. But we like to weave a little bit of that in with our uh, Gen X nostalgia. All right, so think about the bands that I love, like Fish, The Dead, The Panic. They sound loose, but every note has purpose. That's balance. That's intentional chaos. Cleaning, organizing, even donating what you don't need. Those are your solo breaks, little riffs, and tune you back into the rhythm of life. All right. We're going to welcome in Cal
What's the
and
sage for?
It's for energy cleansing. We're purifying the vibe.
Dude, the vibe isn't haunted, it's just filthy.
See? Even the cat is releasing blocked energy.
He's just releasing my coffee, man. I'm gonna need another cup.
Uh-oh. Reggie's knocking over Cal's coffee. And those guys look like they need to declutter a little bit. Here on Kindness Rising, we talk about the six strings along with Cal Stan, Reggie, Be Driven, Lady Drew, Roseanne Roof, all the folks that are joining us from all over. Trail Goat, welcome, welcome, welcome. Class of 88, I'm a class of 90 guy. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. Rizba, that's not the stuff we really talk about here, so that's fine. Here at Kindness Rising, we do play on the six strings of life: kindness, balance, action, curiosity, self awareness, and growth. Today, we're tuned to self awareness and action. Self awareness is the mirror, it shows you what's working and what's weighing you down. Action is the movement. It's picking up the broom, the guitar, the courage to start again. Put them together, and you get a rhythm that says, I'm not stuck. I'm just one small step away from harmony. So we should talk a little bit about why it matters. Why does it matter whether we have our environment clean? I remember my mother's in the comments. I do remember conversations growing up about that. It's my room. I can do whatever I want. Those kind of things, shoving stuff under the bed, into closets. There was a method behind that madness of making our beds and that kind of thing. And I appreciate that because I've taken it into my life in ways I couldn't imagine. I used to be a pretty messy kid. I had the messiest locker in high school. I'd find my lunches under there from like 2 months ago. There was odors of different kinds, gym clothes, wet bathing suits, whatever. I just threw it all in. I don't do that anymore. I got a little bit more organized in my life. Sometimes it gets a little out of hand, but it's the way it goes. But let's talk about why this actually matters, keeping your environment clean. Studies out of Princeton and UCLA found that visual clutter literally competes for attention. It spikes cortisol, clouds focus, and leaves us more irritable. Gen X remembers life before tabs and notification. Now we've got 10 open windows and the kitchen table's got stuff all over it, and we're wondering why we're fried. Cleaning up even for 10 minutes, it gives your brain a mini dopamine hit, that little when you finally see the surface of your desk. And when you bring in nature, a plant, sunlight, a little breeze through the window, your mind resets faster. The environment you build around you quietly builds the environment inside you. So clean up your space and clean up your mind. It isn't just self help fluff, it's neurochemistry. You're wiring peace into your day, one clean drawer at a time. Okay. All right. We're getting to it here. Let's talk a little bit about the practicalities of decluttering. If you'd like to get involved in that conversation, love to hear about what it is that you guys do to keep your worlds clean, organized. Yep. I used to think it didn't matter, but it actually does. It actually does matter that you keep your environment clean. It will improve your mental health. Decluttering isn't punishment, it's actually practice. It's addition by subtraction. That's one of my favorite things to say, one of my little sayings: addition by subtraction. Absolutely. Sometimes you take things away and your life just gets better. I am definitely a declutterer. I love to throw stuff out. When you remove what's stale, you add breathing room, focus, and energy. I mean, the smell of a clean room, a clean bed. Think of it like trimming a jam that's gone off the rails. You drop the excess so the groove can breathe again. And here's some ways that you can start. Very easy. The 5 item rule. We've heard of this one before, I think. The 5 item rule. Pick up any 5 objects. You got 3 decisions: keep, donate, or toss. Boom. Keep, donate, toss, keep, donate, toss. I love that. I do that with paperwork too. Recycle, answer right now, deal with later, those kinds of things. Get them into piles. Absolutely. Lean towards donate and toss. I agree, I think. Anyway, one in, one out. If something new enters your space, something old has to exit. Absolutely. There was a time in my life when I said, if every one thing comes in, we got to get rid of two. Uh, absolutely. You still like our stuff, trust me. Like I'm surrounded by posters and plants and things that make me happy. Good morning, Fabian. Welcome in. Uh, yeah, but I know there is a special feeling when things are just in their place and organized. You can take it too far the other way too, but anyway. Here's another way to start: zones, not rooms. Work small. You don't have to go, okay, I'm going to take care of this entire room. Boom, just this desk area, just this table over here, this corner, this closet. One little area at a time. Donate immediately. Keep a kindness box. We have a kindness bag in our breezeway in between our house and our garage, and we definitely fill it and then give it. We definitely give a lot of stuff away. We're going to talk about that too, as well, as part of the cleanup, the kindness of cleanup. One's man's trash is another man's treasure. That's right, Mom. Absolutely. Yeah, we have more than one hidden treasure in our world, right, Mom? Uh, Little finds, whatever they may be, that somebody doesn't want, they're getting rid of, or even as far as what's at the curb. think we probably have all have done that before, maybe. I don't know. I know I have. I've been garbage picking since seventh grade. Um, that's a little inside story. Actually, a friend of mine, may he rest in peace, and I used to sleep over at each other's houses. Mom may or may not know this. Sleep over at each other's houses, sneak out on garbage night, and go garbage picking and play in other people's garbage. Yeah, that's what we did. We did it. We walked around the west side of Binghamton and poked in people's garbage. Very exciting life I lived. We actually had a lot of fun. Rest in peace, Christy Tolley. Here we go. Let's see what Cal and Stan have to say.
Okay, rule one. If it sparks joy, it stays.
Stan, that's a jar of buttons.
Yeah, but it could spark joy someday.
He disagrees.
Fine. Joy's overrated anyway.
Poor Stan, he's going to get his jar of buttons taken away. Sometimes we have to get rid of things. I'm notorious for keeping particularly nostalgic things. I definitely uh, have a difficulty getting rid of things sometimes. But as far as that goes, it's definitely my own emotional, personal challenge. I attach memories to objects. We do. So, absolutely, absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Roof. I am the Uncommon Kindness Guy. We are here today on a Lifestyle Tuesday talking about decluttering our spaces, which helps us to declutter our minds and get set straight so we can get up and get after it every morning with a little hope, humanity, heart, some really good energy, positivity to get up on the right side of your bed, right side of the bed. As part of the Mornings in the Lab network, we start here at 7:30 a.m. Eastern on Kindness Rising, and then at 8 a.m. we get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, where they are going to be continuing the conversations, real conversations about getting up, getting after it, not hitting the snooze button. It's Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Subscribe over there, subscribe here. If you're watching this after the fact, why don't you hit subscribe and join us live? That would be 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Thanks. All right, welcome in everybody. So we're going to do a quick spotlight. I always talk about social or community impact organizations that are doing good work out there. And sometimes I like to keep it local. And so that's what I'm going to do today for my local listeners and watchers out there. I am highlighting a place that's important to my family. They're right here, basically in my neighborhood. They are a place that we often donate to, along with a couple of others. Donate certainly our objects, our time, and our limited money. Uh, Project Concern. Project Concern is over on Catelville Road. If anybody knows where that is, right off the Shenango Bridge exit. They've been helping families in Broome County for decades. They run a clothing bank, household goods exchange, and food partnerships, and it's all donation driven. You can walk in with a coat you no longer wear and walk out having given someone warmth for winter. That's kindness with sleeves. That's decluttering with purpose. Check out Project Concern if you're here in the Binghamton area and are looking for a place to share your abundance with those who may have needs. All right. Jumping back into the comments, Lady Drew, hello. Fabian, hope you're still out there. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? If you'd like, we'd love to welcome you into the community. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. It's easier to clean out another man's stuff. Interesting comment, Mom. I actually think it's easier, of course, because we all attach our emotional, uh, our memories, our emotional baggage, which we carry around. I think Cal and Stan are working on some of theirs too. That comes with objects, but they're just objects. The memories live inside of you. I think it's important to keep a few things, but yeah, we all face it. What to keep, what to toss. Right? We want to keep those things that bring us true joy. Um, all right. The other topic, I was lightening up the load a little bit here, thinking about environments. I don't know if people know this, but in my former life, my part of who I am, I worked in hospitals and health systems, and one of the jobs that I had was running some construction projects, building building new hospitals, basically new care areas, uh, working through the administrative side of that, working with the architects, designers, all those things. We often talked about this colors. Colors is really, really important in our environment. I think people have a lot of opinions about colors. What's your favorite color is one of like the classic questions, right? It's just like, what's your favorite music? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite color? Even when we were little kids, we all attached meaning and memory and that kind of stuff to color. But color also has obviously a psychic effect on your mental health. Did I say that? Sorry, I got a little distracted there thinking about what I was going to talk about. Colors actually have an effect on your mental health, your emotional well-being. It's science. It's actually been proven. Psychologists say, we know this. Blue and greens, they calm the nerves. Those cool colors. Yellows and energy lifter. And how about we grew up with fluorescent lights, right? Harsh fluorescent lights actually create a physical effect in you. That's emotion. They call it emotional static. It's warm. It's cortisol kicks in actually from those fluorescent lights that you sit under. Warm lighting that lowers your cholesterol. And natural sunlight is actually the best, right? It synchronizes your mood, your circadian rhythm, all those things. Wow. I know I grew up under a lot of fluorescent lights in classrooms and cubicles and in the malls and that kind of things. And that's I think one of the reasons why I kind of crave my little nook here, right here in the Fox Den. Ambient lamps, vinyl, warmth. We've been chasing natural light since dial-up. All right, and of course, scent matters too. I have a just got a cinnamon broom. I've never had a cinnamon broom before, but it smells nice in here right now. I broke the candle that I had that I was burning in here. Just make it smell nice. Anyway, the smell of coffee. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I wrote that down. The smell of coffee. Loves the coffee. All right. All right. Next, we will move to this situation. I was checking my time. My time is flying. I have so much other stuff on. Cool. All right. Well, welcome to Kindness Rising. I am Matthew Roof. I am the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I come here every Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to get you started with a little hope, humanity, and a heart. Sometimes we talk about, well, we always talk about our six strings. Some way we connect those six strings to our episode today. We are talking about uh, decluttering. Decluttering is absolutely important, and we're using self-awareness and action, two of our six strings, as our connection to that. All right. So thinking about self-awareness and thinking about action as it relates to decluttering. Obviously, self-awareness, looking around, picking up those 5 objects, that kind of thing, but also the action, the act of putting things, getting things out of our lives, getting our lives decluttered and organized. And here are 5 kindness takeaways, 5 things you can do today to declutter your life, which will help you declutter your head and move you forward with positivity. Start small. One drawer is a win. Momentum is the key. Momentum is the key. Get started with something. Start small. Start with a drawer. Start with one little corner of a room, whatever it is. Just get started. Your second takeaway, one in, one out. We already talked about this, but we'll talk about it again. Make space. The same rhythm you make playlists with, that's intentional. Make space. Got it. Interesting. I write things sometimes and I don't know what I'm even saying. Donate with purpose. If you're here in Binghamton, New York, check out Project Concern. There are also many other organizations where you can give to those who are in need. And wherever you are, whatever your community is, please give to those who are in need. If you have stuff that they can use, don't let it sit in closets collecting dust to wear someday or to use someday. There are people with real needs out there in the world. Your clutter could clothe someone's new beginning, right? Giving sometimes just a coat, a pair of socks. Socks are huge. Talked about Bombas yesterday. Socks are the most requested item in homeless shelters. And that's where Bombas got their inspiration for their buy one, give one social approach to the world, so, or to their business. So, yeah. All right. So those are 3. Fourth one is design your mood, your light, your color, and your texture. Build calm right into your backdrop. Absolutely. Think about what's around you and the way that it impacts your state of mental health. Play with it. Change things around and just see how it feels. Pay attention to those little things. It can make a huge difference in your outlook and in your mental health. And last is reflecting weekly. A lot of people have cleaning day, whatever it might be. That's a good way to do it. But clutter returns very quickly. Nature abhors a vacuum, and clutter just keeps coming back. So when the awareness fades, so does the cleanliness and the organization of the of the space. So stay tuned. Absolutely. And speaking of staying tuned, you're going to want to stay tuned for Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, our buddies over at the Mornings in the Lab network. And today they are going to be diving into body language techniques that make men more trustworthy. You know, it's wild. Your environment is kind of like your body language, right? A messy room, clear space. I don't know. It's a stretch sometimes. Sometimes it's a long bridge over to Mornings in the Lab, but we always get there. When your physical surroundings reflect the calm you want to project, trust grows both ways. Clean space, open posture, honest presence. That's the real kind of charisma. All right, that's it. That's it for today. Your environment doesn't just reflect your mood, it shapes you. When you clear your space, you are editing your story. You're saying this stays, this goes, this matters. That's not housekeeping, it's soul keeping. So, as we always say here on Kindness Rising, stay uncommon, stay kind.
Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity.
And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness rising, good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise.